In our past videos, Matt's so far driven just modern supercars from Pete's collection, but I've finally managed to get my hands on one of a number of classics from his rather impressive stable. A car which needs no introduction. You're looking at a 1965 Aston Martin DB5, finished in silver birch, which comes with a raft of upgrades to beef up the power, handling, and this car is valued well over £1 million. But are DB5s any good to drive? Or are the values of these cars just overinflated by its Hollywood stardom? I've had to sacrifice myself for the full day in order to drive it and find out.
I first drove a DB5 a few years back. One of the first things that you notice is it's not quite as fast as you might expect it to be. This would not keep up with an F355 through the Alps as it so famously did in GoldenEye. The car that I drove before, however, had been restored very faithfully to its original spec. This one has actually been upgraded to a Vantage spec. It's therefore got the 4.2 litre straight six engine and triple Weber carbs. This car also benefits from stiffer suspension, new uprights, and a restoration that cost around £420,000. I must say it has made a big difference. It doesn't seem to wallow quite as much in the corners, but you can still tell it is a car from the 60s. The brakes have also been beefed up, but not with modern technology. It's running bigger brakes from a DB4 GT. Because of that bigger capacity engine and there's triple Weber carbs, rather than the standard 285 brake horsepower a DB5 would be putting out, this one's more like 325. In a straight line, this is still actually quite a quick car. Don't get me wrong, a Honda Civic on a B road like this would eat this thing for breakfast, but you wouldn't be having as much fun, and you sure as hell won't be looking anywhere near as good as what I look right now. Is a 5-speed ZF box, which they started using on the DB5 shortly after it started production. The earlier cars came with a 4-speed, and the pedals are set up beautifully. Coming into the corners, obviously you're going to need some of that engine braking, and you can, it's just that the pedals are perfectly positioned. This was a proper Super GT car back in its day, and the height of luxury. I mean, you even have electric windows in a car that was released in 1963, and they work. This car's also had a quicker steering rack put in it, and Variani power steering, meaning even around town it's lovely and light, but because of that quicker rack, you've got a lot better control on these roads. Oh, that noise from them carbs. This car gets a reaction like nothing else I've ever driven. It doesn't have that wow factor that you might get with a modern supercar, or even a classic supercar. But people just stop and stare and just take in its sheer beauty. It has to be one of the prettiest cars ever built. You could almost say that the design is quite Italian, and there's a reason for that. This quintessentially British car was designed by the design house Carrozzeria Touring Superleggera. cracking job. The only problem with driving a DB5 is you can't see it. But you know that while you are driving it and there's other people out, you're making their day seeing a work of art like this on the road. Now Pete, the owner of this car, did say if you crash it, don't even bother bringing it back, because he would kill me, because it was his wedding car. But he did also say, please give it a good thrashing. Well, I've taken a brave pill. Let's see what it'll actually do. Oh, the induction noise. Them Webbers. We're moving. We're really moving. Not nervous at all. When you stick it into a corner hard, you can feel all them old tyres. It's very little grip. Sorry, I'm struggling to speak. Example. Once you get used to the way it handles, the way that it grips and slips, you can have a lot of fun with it. Window down. I think I need to go and have a sit down. Dry vodka martini.
It was 25 degrees all day while filming this feature, and I expected to be panicking watching the temperature gauges, but in reality this car ran like a dream all day long. The car exceeded all of my expectations, as it really is a special car in its own right, regardless of its Bond credentials. I was incredibly sad to be handing back the keys, but at the end of the day I was also quite happy it was still in one piece and I'd not had a bounty placed on my head. But what an experience to pedal such a legendary car through the hills. Thanks so much to Pete for once again entrusting us with this very, very special car. Have you got a favourite movie car? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel.